This video response is going to go out to Ray Stevens, and that is because you sang a song a long time ago, which they have now finally, well, these YouTubers, okay, some of these YouTubers have actually put up some kind of a thumbnail type thing and have actually placed your song on YouTube so everybody can hear it. Okay, this particular song is called Southern Air. I am sorry that you were not able to produce an actual music video to this because Jerry Clover and Minnie Pearl have now passed away. If you can find suitable replacements to perform this or make it into a movie, I would love to see you do this. Anyway, I have listened to the song for many years, and it's a really good song, and I will explain that in a little bit. But I'm going to ask you some questions about this song, okay? I wish I could do it with a music video, but you just didn't really have a chance to do that. I'm sorry you didn't. But anyway, maybe if they can pull up some old footage of you doing this, that'd be great. But anyway, let's go into this. How did the maintenance people paint so many numbers on the back of the airplane? Did they hyphenate the numbers and to have two lines of numbers on this airplane? Which would have been interesting. I couldn't find a Hey Hayward, Georgia on any Google map, but I did find a Hayward, Georgia. So I will assume for this particular video that Hayward, Georgia is your departure point. I couldn't find any airport in Hayward, Georgia, but I did find an airport nearby. It's called the DeKalb Peachtree Airport. So I'm presuming that's the airport you were referring to in your song. That airport happens to be near not only Hayward, Georgia, but Atlanta, Georgia. I did, however, find Yazoo City, Mississippi. So I'm presuming that your destination is the Yazoo County Airport. So what is a Ledbetter? Well, this is a guy who composes music and is good at guitar playing. But did the duck have a ticket? You never answered that in the song. Alright, now Jerry Clover gets on the intercom, and we're having to ask here, what was on the runway? We'd like to know. Now, we find out later what's on the runway of your destination, but we don't find out what's on the runway of your departure point. I'd like to know that. There was a rack in the cockpit. We'd like to know two things. One, what kind of material was this rack made out of? I would assume it would be some kind of a wood, but I would need to know specifically what kind. And also, what specific items were on the rack? Now, I know you went into a generalized term, but I would like to be more specific. Okay, so if you could be more specific, that'd be great. What articles did people read in the magazines? That'd be interesting. What other bumper stickers were attached to the wings of the airplane? Why did the duck faint? Stone Mountain is northeast of Atlanta, Georgia. It does look very breathtaking. If you guys ever take a look at that, that'd be great for you to take a look at and research. Go ahead. The next thing that the airplane passed and actually flew over is Enterprise, Alabama. For those of you who do not know, Enterprise, Alabama is southwest of Hayward, Georgia. Now keep in mind that if we're going by Hayward, Georgia, and the plane is going northwest to Stone Mountain, then it has to turn back around and come down to Enterprise, Alabama. That's quite a trip. I mean, talk about the fuel that's being used here, okay? And I'm sure this was not an ecologically friendly airplane we're talking about here. Yeah, this is not economics at all. So, there you go. So, like I said, this plane left this airport near Atlanta, Georgia, went up and around Stone Mountain and came back down to Enterprise, Alabama. That should tell you something about the airplane. Alright, now, why was Enterprise, Alabama mentioned? Well, because in Enterprise, Alabama, they have a statue, and it was erected to honor boll weevils. Apparently, in the early part of the 20th century, boll weevils had a significant impact on agriculture in Enterprise, Alabama, and they honored these boll weevils with a statue. So, if you want to look that up, that'd be great. It's kind of a humorous story, but we'll go into that later. Now, there is a reference to a no chewing sign. I was aware that chewing tobacco could be harmful to your fellow passengers or to the airplane itself. But the best question here is, where are the spittoons? This plane's got to have spittoons for this. Now, we have to do a little more research. Have you ever heard of a knee-high soda? Well, a knee-high soda pop is commonly served in the southern United States. The soda pop was created in 1924 in Georgia. It was invented by a man named Claude Hatcher. Today, this brand of soda is manufactured by the Dr. Pepper Corporation. Now, I could go into an extensive discussion about moon pies, but I'm just going to basically say they have a graham cracker fudge exterior and a marshmallow interior. So if you ever get a moon pie, that's what you're getting. Now, does anybody here have a good butter bean recipe that you would like to share with this particular audience? If you do, leave it down here in the comments below. I'd love to hear your recipes. Okay. How did you guys anchor the movie projector in this airplane? And why was the movie skipping? Would they have turbulence in the sky? And there's a freezer on this airplane? I wonder how you anchored that baby down. And how is the airplane crew maintaining the power of the freezer? Where was the pecan pie stored on this airplane? Had to be stored somewhere. What was it, picnic basket? And does anybody here have a good sweet potato recipe? That'd be great for you. If you want to leave that right down here in the comments below, I'd love to hear that too. Okay. How did the pilot attach the mud-gripping tires to the airplane? And was the airplane door open the entire time the airplane was in the air? Why didn't everything on the airplane fly out of the airplane? Why are there cows on the runway? This is one of the most hilarious songs I've ever heard. It was the instruments in the background were well played. You just laugh the entire time because when you hear more and more of these details, they are hilarious. One of the best parody songs I've ever heard in my life. Ray Stevens is quite an expert on this. I wish there had been a music video, and maybe one day Ray Stevens will actually make a music video, or maybe somebody will actually do a theatrical performance of this. Whatever. This would be funny. This is the kind of movie I would like to see in my movie theater. This would be absolutely hilarious. Really it would. So, I'm going to give this song a very high A+ for being such a great parody song. Alright. If you are not, well, first of all, if you are Ray Stevens and you're watching this right now, feel free to leave the answers to any and all these questions down here in the comments below. If you're not Ray Stevens and you're watching this right now, feel free to go over to Ray Stevens' YouTube channel, watch his videos, rate his videos, comment on his videos, subscribe to his channel if you'd like, and more importantly, tell him that the Speed Learner sent you. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.